Welcome everyone to another episode of
Football with the fellas.
It's All About Big Blue, baby. It's all about Big Blue.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, on this episode, we're gonna talk about, let's see, Game 4 is coming up
It's
against
going to be
one
here in
of
a
our
minute.
arch rivals, Dallas
Short week.
Cowboys. We want to get them guys bad. We're gonna get those guys bad.
Definitely want them.
We're both 1-2. That's all right. That's all right. We would like to be 2-2 at the end of this. I'm
I would like
optimistic
that a
about
lot.
it.
I would like that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I'm your man Mazo right here, and this guy here.
Clay from Brooklyn. What's up, y'all?
We're in the house. We're in the house. Now, again, this is a preview episode, of the Giants
Week 4.
playing against the Dallas Cowboys.
Week 4 is here already. We're kicking it off. Week 4.
That's crazy.
I know. Time flies.
Crazy. Now, you know what? Let me ask you something, Clay. Do you think we'll have some momentum from our last game? Because I'm thinking about what are the big points that we had from that last game.
So I do think so. I think we are playing well. We should have been 2-1 because we really should have beat Washington. We played well enough to beat Washington, except for the whole kicker fiasco. We're not going to go back to that. But the fact is, we could easily be 2-1 right now, and we certainly should have had an easier time beating Cleveland. It got a little dicey there at the end, but we've been playing well for the last 2 games, and I think that the things that are key are our offensive line is still playing solid. Knock on wood, they're all healthy for now. We haven't had any major injuries on the offensive line or in the receivers or the quarterback. Devin Singletary has fumbled once in each of the last 2 games. That's not good. But other than those 2 plays, he's been playing well. So yeah, I think we're doing well. We
should be ready for them. I think we're going to be ready. I'm feeling good about this game. I'm feeling good. I say this every time, and you always laugh. I know. I just have to stay optimistic. It's early. It's still very early.
But I remember last year, week 1, I went into week 1 thinking we can beat Dallas, and then they beat us like we stole something. They just stomped us. So I'm not getting my hopes up.
It's all right. We're going to be okay.
We are going to be okay.
I want to ask you, what do you think? Let's just both our teams are 1-2 right now.
Right.
What do you think we need to do to, get that second victory in this game?
So I've been looking at some statistics and some data, to give me some confidence and some encouragement. Here's some things that I think make you feel better about our chances. Number 1, the Cowboys are dead last in the NFL in rushing yards allowed. They're giving up 185 yards a game on the ground. That is crazy. They are worst in the league at stopping the run. They are 30th in the league in points allowed. They're giving up basically 30 points a game. And they're 28th in the league in total yards allowed per game, meaning running and passing.
Okay.
372 yards a game. Okay. So those are some statistics that jump out at me as their defense is not playing well at all. Now, they are 6th in the league in scoring. They're averaging 25.5 points a game scoring. And they're 9th in the league in offensive production of total scrimmage yards, 343 yards a game. But that statistic may not be that important. Baltimore is 1st in the league by a wide margin. They're averaging 430 yards a game on offense, and they're also only 1-2. So, Dallas can move the ball, but that doesn't necessarily turn into victories, and they can't stop anybody. And that, to me, has a more direct correlation to losses than moving the ball does to victories.
One statistic that you said that got me smiling right now is that rushing statistic. Does that mean our new number 26 can take over this game?
You would think that would mean that our new 26 can have a good game. And I mean, I'm talking about right up the middle. Their weakest defensive players are along the interior defensive line, the defensive tackles. Mozzie Smith, who is an athletic freak, doesn't seem to be very good at football. And Osa Adigazua, whose name I always mess up, so I hope that was close, is the other defensive tackle, also not so great. They got this rookie Martian Nealon, who they drafted mostly for pass rush purposes. So really, along the interior defensive line, they are not stopping anybody. So if we just run right up the gut, I think we'll be fine. And that certainly is going to bring their linebackers and
Right.
safeties up to support the run. Maybe we get to see some play action deep shots this week.
Might we somebody call Dabo, please? Somebody call the coach and say, look, we can tell you what to do right now. Fake it into the line. Mr. Hyatt, just go. Just go.
Just go. Just go.
Just go.
Get going.
Now, isn't that offensive line? Is the offensive line heavy this year? For this game?
Ours?
Yeah, ours.
Everybody's healthy. Everybody's healthy.
Oh, so we got okay, great. So we got a number one line out there.
We should be able to run the ball. Everybody else has. We should be able to run the ball. And if you can run the ball, then you should be able to throw the ball, because if they have to commit, like I said, they have to commit that many resources to stopping the run, then you got a lot of one-on-ones all over the field for the receivers, and hopefully you have a little bit of time on the play action. Now, their edge rushers are great. Obviously, Michael Parsons is a beast.
Yes.
Yes. And so our tackles have to, be up to the challenge, and we'll probably have a tight end or running back stay in to chip Michael Parsons. Wherever he's lined up, somebody needs to help that tackle with him for a second. But I do think that, we should be able to put some yards and drives together and hopefully turn that into points.
That would be great. That would be like old New York Giant football. I loved it. It was all grinded out. I would love to see that against the Cowboys. And I mean, I think this could possibly be a game, and you're gonna laugh. This possibly a game that Mr. Daniel Jones can step up. He can step if he can at least if they can give him a pocket.
Yes.
If we can we back it up. If we can run the ball, then that means he'll have time. He can have time to throw.
That to me is the key. If we establish the run and show that we can move the ball on the ground, first of all, if he only throws the ball, 18 or 20 times because we're running so well, that's fine with me.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with that at all. But I do think that he will be able to pull it out and step back and take a couple of at least intermediate shots, if not deep shots, if they're really worried about the run. The other thing I should mention is Dallas also does not run the ball very well. They're 30th in the league in rushing. They've averaged 73 yards a game. Now, it's only 3 games, right? This is not a big sample size. But
right.
They are 30th in a 32-team league in rushing themselves. So not only can't they stop the run, but they can't run. So if they can't run, then obviously they're going to have to throw the ball. And, our edge rush, our pass rush was excellent last week. Now, again, it was against an injury-depleted Cleveland offensive line. Right. And that's not who they're facing this week. But the fact is, it's like, sharks seeing blood in the water. Like, oh, we remember now. We're supposed to go get the quarterback.
Exactly. And we're playing the Cowboys. They'll be saying we're playing the Giants. We're playing the Giants. How these games can go. Because I'm concerned about Parsons. I am really concerned about him. This could be like a breakout game for him.
He's a beast. He can wreck the game by himself. Yes.
Oh, man. But
we have to have an extra person or two paying attention to Michael Parsons.
Right. We got run screens to his side. That would help slow him down. That would be great.
Slow him down, run at him, right? Make him be a run defender sometimes. And then you're right, just dump those screen behind him, whether to the tight end or the running back. Make him think twice about coming hard off the edge. Run some off tackle plays. If he wants to go up the field,
that'll work.
Tackle plays.
That will work. Remember, they should do that to LT.
Right.
LT was so great
after a while. He so fast and turn around and come back. Plus, he had Carson and Banks. He had a lot of other people that could make those tackles. But yes, that's what they should do to LT. Not to say that Michael Parsons is LT.
No, we're not saying that at all. No, we're not saying that.
He is a very, very good player, and you got to be aware of where he is and make a game plan.
That's fine. Okay, we know we're getting to the receivers again.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
We always talk about this, and now we need that balance. Now we've seen there was one game that Daniel Jones didn't seem like he knew that our first round pick was on the team or that he was active.
And
the
now
second game he comes out and he just felt, I gotta get it to him because that's all he told me about in practice the whole week. So is there other than Malik Neighbors, who do you see like maybe stepping up in this game?
So Dallas's cornerbacks are a problem for them as well. I mean, Trayvon Diggs is a ball hawk. He's somebody that gives up a lot, but also takes away a lot, right? He's someone you got to keep an eye on. But the other cornerback position for them, the guy who got all those pick sixes last year is not playing. He's injured. So Jerron Bland's not here at all.
Okay,
They
yeah.
have this guy, Kalen Carson, who is the other cornerback. He's a rookie out of Wake Forest, and he's hurt. He was on the injury report this week, so it's not even clear whether he's going to play. So they may be down to their, third or fourth cornerback against us. So that's encouraging. Their safeties are okay. I mean, their safeties don't scare me. Donovan Wilson is one of their safeties, and Malik Hooker is the other one. They're not great safeties at all. That they're not the type that make you want to not throw the ball deep. So if we can get Trevon Diggs isolated on Malik Neighbors, maybe this is the week that a Darius Slayton or Jalen Hyatt gets a deep pass against the other weaker cornerback with not so great safety help over the top.
Do you know anything about their linebackers then? Because I'm thinking of Wandell, because Wandell slipped in there behind the linebackers and
Sure. Yeah. No, they have Eric Kendricks, the guy who used to be on Minnesota for all those years. He's their middle linebacker, and he has been very good in his career, but he's not a spring chicken. So I'm not afraid of him, but he is, a solid ball player. And Damone Clark is another linebacker of theirs. I remember him out of LSU a couple of years ago.
right.
Good player, again, good, but not amazing. So yeah, their linebackers are so solid, but not so good that I'm worried about them.
It's funny. They were 1-2 team,
Right.
and it's kind of, and we're 1-2 also. But I'm looking at like we're on the rise in a way, and they just came off they're not on the rise. They're just
They're not on the rise.
no, and the funny thing is they still get all this press about being American
Oh,
team,
of
and
course. Jerry keeps them in the media. Yes,
beautiful stadium, great and all, but cheerleaders, everything great, but they're just not America's team anymore.
they're not. It's just not who they are.
They can just stop that right now.
Yes,
And we'll prove it on offense today. I'm just excited about, like, I'm listening to you and you're telling me about their defense being. I'm getting the word porous is coming through my mind.
Porous is a good word, especially against the run.
Oh, and I'm thinking, I just really want to see that our offense, just get into another gear this time. And I really like to see
Right.
if we can run. I want to see how Daniel Jones handles a game where he has a good running attack. And if, like you said, if it meant he only threw the ball, 17, 18 times,
That's fine with me.
If we're moving the chains, controlling the ball, controlling the clock, I'm with that. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that.
And again, as we said, maybe a tight end or two, getting a pass wouldn't be terrible.
You mean Bellinger and Theo?
A Bellinger or Theo sighting would be great. Let's. We don't have to go deep all the time, but a couple of deep shots loosens things up. The running game loosens things up, and then maybe we hit a couple of these short to intermediate passes to the tight end. When they have the ball, they have a rookie left tackle, Tyler Guyton, who is a massive human being, but he is a rookie and, is still suffering through some rookie growing pains.
That's fine.
So maybe this is a week when Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau are able to get home. The other tackle is Terrence Steele, who's been around for a while, but he's solid but not spectacular. It's their interior offensive line that is as good as anybody in the league. Their two guards in their center are as good as anybody.
Yeah.
Zach Martin is going to the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's an amazing
no doubt.
right guard. Right. And Tyler Smith, who, as a rookie, they had him playing left tackle very well, quite honestly, because of injury. But they say his best position is guard, so they got him at guard. And then they've got this rookie Cooper Beebe, who I was telling you I was hoping we would have drafted, who is playing fairly well right out the gate. So those three are very good. I mean, Dexter's still going to beat you up, whoever you are. He's going to get hit. But I can't say that I expect any of the rest of our interior defensive linemen to make too much noise with that good an interior offensive line on their side of the ball.
Let me ask you this too. This is, it comes for us too. I'm concerned about our defensive backfield. And,
yes.
And I'm really concerned that this may be, again, Dak may look to light them up. And you know how
CeeDee
I
Lamb
get
is is
these
is going to be
shootouts.
like Malik Neighbors. He's going to
Right,
get a lot of targets.
right. I'm a bit concerned about that, and I'm concerned about that happening early. Because that's what happens with us. We seem that not be able to come out of the opening of a game and like we're sleepwalking. We usually fumble or throw an interception like the first two plays of the game, and then we're working from behind the whole game. So
It's important that we not get at least not get down by 2 scores, right? Down by 1 score, like you said last week, we were trailing by 13 seconds into the game. But if you're down by 1 score, you still can stick to your game plan. Once you start getting down by 2 scores or more, then you start thinking, well, maybe I have to change things up because I got to score quickly. I can't have these
right.
long sustained drop. I hope we don't get in. You're right. That would be terrible if we get into something
No,
like that.
no.
CeeDee Lamb is going
There
to
you
get
go.
his.
There you
And we
go.
have some injuries, right? So unfortunately, Drew Phillips, our rookie slot cornerback, is out. And he's been playing well, but he got hurt last week. So he's not playing. Adoree Jackson is on the injured list. He has yet to, I think he's yet to practice this week. He certainly has been at best a limited participant in practice. Not that I have high expectations for Adoree Jackson anyway, but if Drew Phillips isn't there, you hope that Adoree Jackson would be there. So Cordell Flott is probably going to get a lot of snaps, and that always makes me nervous. Nick McLeod, another cornerback of ours, had been out with injury, but he's practicing again this week, but they're not sure he's going to be ready for the game. So if this was a Sunday game, I'm pretty sure Nick McLeod would play, but now it's only a Thursday game. He may not quite be ready to come back and play. So we may be down to Trey Hawkins, the guy who was a rookie last year, who started week 1 as a rookie last year because they had such a good training camp, and then by midseason was back on the bench. He may have to play. And again, really what we're going to have to do is get to the quarterback. We're going to have to put some pressure on Dak, because if he's got enough time, CeeDee Lamb's going to eat up whoever these guys are. Tay Banks is our best and healthiest cornerback, but I don't know that he's going to be able to handle CeeDee Lamb.
I don't think so. You think we're going to blitz a lot in this game? I mean, I'm always concerned about that
That
too.
always
If
makes
we
me
blitz,
nervous.
there's
Because that makes you
one-on-one.
thin on the back end, right? So hopefully not. I hope that we don't. Dak has traditionally been able to handle the blitz pretty well.
Yeah.
Again, their line is pretty solid. So unless you're getting home right away, like we were able to blitz Cleveland and Washington to some extent because of the lack of cohesion and because of the injuries on their offensive lines. Dallas's offensive line is healthy. And other than their left tackle is, a group of seasoned veterans.
Right.
We're not going to just fool them. So I'm a little bit worried about us blitzing, especially since Bowen is not known for blitzing, but it's been working these last couple of games.
Exactly.
So I wonder if he's going to get like blitz happy night. Oh, wow, blitzing works. Let's try that. And leaving guys like Cordell Flott on an island with CeeDee Lamb, that's not going to end well.
No, it's not going to end well at all. Not at all. Not at all. Do you think? Again, we're 1-2, and I'm looking at Mr. Jones again. I go back to him, but I'm going to the guy in his ear, Mr. Dabo.
Oh yeah, Brian Dable is going to have to pull something out of Daniel Jones this week. He's going to have to give Jones, enough confidence and enough support in the play selection to say, listen, I gotta make some plays. I don't have to make 25 plays, but I gotta make some plays.
Some plays. You think he's on the hot seat? A head coach?
Dable?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think if we had lost to Cleveland, if we had started off 0-8, which it looked like was a very real possibility, then yes. But that win, I think, bought him some time. I think the fact that we're playing, like I said, we could easily be 2-1 right now.
Right.
We're playing a little bit better right now, buys him some time. We are traditionally terrible on national television and against Dallas, much less on national television against Dallas. So that's what makes me most nervous about this game. It's a nationally televised game against Dallas. Those don't tend to go well for us.
No, they don't. This is almost like an off time type of Thanksgiving type. It's a Thursday game. Everyone's watching it.
Everybody's watching.
Oh man, it's like
the good news is that it's home, right? So now Dallas has to travel on the short week, and that's always annoying. And pretty far, right? I mean, it's not like this from Philly to New York. This is from Dallas, New York.
Right.
they're the team that's going to have that to contend with. We're not. Listen, we have to play them twice, whenever, wherever. So this is the first one,
Oh yeah,
and
okay,
I hope
yeah.
that we're up to the challenge.
Let me ask you this here too. Then, what do you think the biggest challenges we're gonna have then in this game? If you look at it on the offensive side and defensive side, what are the biggest challenges you think?
That's a good question. On our offensive side, when we have the ball,
When we have the ball, and then what's the
okay.
biggest challenge for our offense, and then what's the
So
biggest
when
challenge
we have the ball, I guess the biggest challenge is Micah Parsons. Like you can't let Micah Parsons wreck this game. Um, he's a problem, and uh, what's Miles Garrett
okay. Oh yeah,
gave Andrew Thomas fits. He gives everybody fits, but he gave Andrew Thomas fits. So I'm not saying that Micah Parsons is as good as Miles Garrett, but he's certainly very, very good. Miles Garrett is a beast. He was Defensive Player of the Year last year. But Micah Parsons, and then on the other side, let's not sleep on DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence is a beast as well, who tends to feast on Evan Neal. So thankfully, Evan Neal hopefully doesn't play this week. But he's no joke either. So to me, when we have the ball, the biggest concern is, can we keep those two people out of our backfield? Can we keep them from beating up on our quarterback, or maybe even just tackles for loss in the run game? Because if we can neutralize them, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be our focus. Like I said, we'll probably be in 2 tight end set a lot to make sure that there's some help on those ends. We should be able to handle the rest of their defense.
See, that would work for me. That will work for me. I just want to see a beautiful pocket, chip on Parsons, keep him out of the plays, run at him sometimes. You know, I'd love to see that again. I want to see a play action pass and slide and slip one to Mr. Wandell, Robinson, get him into the game early too, and hopefully just don't get the man hurt because he's not the biggest guy in the world,
He's
but
not the biggest guy.
But he's got good hands. He's got moves. He got some nice moves too. So.
Absolutely, he's got skills.
Get Slayton into the game. Hit a tight end or two.
And Slayton and Hyatt. Even if it's not a 40-yard bomb, like if it's a crossing pattern, 15 or 20 yards downfield, that's fine. Like we just have to make their defense cover more of the field than defenses tend to cover when they play against us.
This is the play I don't want them to run at the beginning of the game. What it is, a 2-step out pattern. I don't want them to run that. I don't want them to run that because it's going the other way. It's going the other way.
Trayvon Diggs' side, especially because he's a big gambler. He's a riverboat gambler.
Can't you see it though? I mean,
absolutely.
I would actually
Dallas on prime time.
I would run the play, but have a pump fake and then hit him on the up, then do out and the up. That's what we did when we played.
That's what we did.
Black. It's all about. It's the same thing. Come on.
I mean, Trayvon Diggs is known for being overly aggressive. He wants interceptions.
Right.
So yeah, he's the kind of guy that will bite on a double move. So yeah, that certainly
early
seems like something that we should pull out at some point. But to answer your question, on the other side of the ball,
yeah,
when Dallas has the ball, like I said, they're not very good at running the ball. Let's not let this be their get right game. Right. They're averaging I think I said 73 yards a game in rushing. Ezekiel Elliott is there.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. And Rico Dowdle, those are the running backs. I'm not worried about them as far as like who they are. It's just a question of, are we going to be able to handle their interior offensive line? Like I said, their guards and center are great. So if they double team Dexter, when they double team Dexter,
they're going to do that. Yeah.
If that other guard can move out whoever, Elijah Chapman or Roches, whoever it is, move them out of the way, and suddenly now their running game up the middle is a little bit more successful than it has been, that could pose a problem for us. But because then we have to worry about that and not spend as much time worried about CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is the game wrecker. He's a home run hitter.
He's the guy.
But if they can't run the ball, then we can put more resources on stopping CeeDee Lamb. So to me, that's the key, is to be able to stop the run. And again, they haven't been running well anyway, so that shouldn't be that hard. But stop the run enough where we can put that extra safety over the top to help out on CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Tay Banks and Tyler Newman may be tasked with stopping CeeDee Lamb. That might be all they have to do. Don't do nothing else. We'll play them, 9 on 10 with everybody else. you two just stop CeeDee Lamb. I'll take that trade-off.
I'll take that trade-off every time. Every time. Definitely, definitely. I'm excited. I'm excited about the game. I'm ready for it. You know, it's Giants, Big Blue against the Cowboys at home.
Yes.
Thursday
Yes.
night game. I'm gonna have the
I can't
popcorn
wait.
ready. I'm gonna have the
I can't
popcorn
wait.
ready.
I can't wait.
And we'll get them early too. I want again. I'll say it. I just said a few moments ago. Dable, do not call it down and out. Please don't call that play at all. Please don't call that. I'll be fine with it because I can see Daniel will hang his head after he throws it. Don't call that play.
We don't want to start with that hold.
Not at all. We do it every week. Last week I had Giants winning. Did I say 21
17-14
or 17-14?
You said 17-14 last week. Mm-hmm.
This one I'm going up a little bit higher on this one. I'm going Giants 21-17.
Okay.
21-17.
So I like that. I think it's going to be even higher scoring than that.
Ooh.
And I'm hesitant to pick the Giants,
Ooh.
but I'm going to pick the Giants.
Ooh.
So I'm going to say we can win this game 31-27.
31?
I think there's going to be a few more points put up on the board. Again, I don't think their defense is good enough to worry for me to be worried about them. I think we can put up some points against them. We basically put up 28 last week. We just took a knee instead of scoring that last touchdown on the last play. So I'm going to say we can score 31.
Wow.
So 31-27 is my pick for this week. I'm really, really hoping we win this game. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not saying that we're a good team all of a sudden that's going to contend for anything. I want to win this game.
Yeah.
And this is a team that we hate.
Do we ever? Do we ever?
So guys, listen, again, as always, please drop some comments on us.
Please
hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so we can
share it with someone.
Get our posts. But thanks for checking us out again. We are Football with the Fellas.
It's all about Big Blue, baby.
And we look forward to seeing you soon.
All right. See you later. Thank you.
All right.
Peace.